Thank you so much to Spotify for sponsoring today's video. Hi lovies, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you clicked on today's video. We are going to be doing a cozy little reading vlog together today. I'm so excited. It is literally 24 degrees outside, guys. Chilly weather is upon us, which means we are getting very close to holiday time, and that makes me so excited. There's a whole bunch of little things I really want to get done tonight. I want to start collecting and cleaning up all of the fall decor because Chris and I are getting very close to decorating for the holidays. So we're gonna go around the apartment, clean up the fall decor, wipe down the counters, stuff like that, because we also just have family in for like 10 days and we definitely need to do a deep clean of the apartment. I have to get some laundry done, and basically a whole bunch of like home chores is what I have to do tonight. But on top of that, I kind of just want to relax, do some coloring, do some gaming, because it's been a long week and I feel like I need a little bit of rest after the long busy week that we've had. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me tonight and we're gonna do a whole bunch of little things together. Usually when I have a lot of little things to do, I pop on an audiobook because it's just so relaxing and it passes by the time. So we're gonna do that, and I'm actually finishing up this memoir. It's From Here to the Great Unknown. It's by Lisa Marie Presley and her daughter. This one I was really drawn to because it's literally told from the perspective of Elvis Presley's daughter. I've always been really fascinated with the history of Elvis and just everything in between. So when I saw that this memoir was out and it was by his daughter and her daughter, I immediately picked it up. I have to say, if you're like me and you've never really been into memoirs, I highly recommend this one because it is literally so different from any memoir I've ever listened to. They have tapes in here that were recorded by Lisa Marie Presley herself. I think it's really cool the way they put the book together because it's like a mother-daughter perspective, and you just learn so much more, not only about Elvis but about his daughter. I'm on chapter 9. It's literally the last chapter, so I thought that we would finish this up as I do a little bit of cleaning and stuff like that. And then I have another audiobook lined up that I am so excited about. It's by Frida McFadden and it is The Boyfriend. This has been on my TBR for the past like 2 months, literally since it came out, so I'm really excited to start it. I'm also going to be listening to the audiobooks on Spotify, which is the kind sponsor of today's video. You guys already know I talk about Spotify in all my videos. I literally love them because it's like your one-stop shop for everything. You have music, audiobooks, and podcasts. They launched audiobooks earlier this year and I've never been happier. The fact that I can now listen to all my favorite things in one spot just makes my life easier. With Spotify audiobooks and premium, you can now access over 250,000 audiobooks as a master account holder. I talk about audiobooks all the time on my channel because I think they are such a great way to not only get into reading but to read while also getting other things done in life. I love listening to audiobooks when I'm cleaning, walking Osiris, working out. It's just so nice because you can multitask and listen to a good book. I've been a member with Spotify Premium for a really long time and I could not recommend it enough because there are so many amazing benefits to it. With Spotify Premium, you'll get access to their music, their podcast, and now audiobooks, which is absolutely incredible, especially for all the book lovers out there. You can use the link in my description to check out audiobooks on Spotify. I could not recommend it enough. With that being said though, we are going to start cleaning up the apartment, collecting all the fall decor. I kind of just want to put it all into one big pile so it's a little bit easier for me to put away tomorrow. And we're also going to finish up From Here to the Great Unknown. We're going to get all set up and start cleaning. I just finished up From Here to the Great Unknown. Wow. I kind of already gave you guys a whole spiel on what the audiobook was about, but it was such an emotional roller coaster going through her life and what it was like growing up with her dad, and then going into things that happened to her later in life with her husband and her children. It was a really beautiful memoir though. I think the way they put it together was absolutely amazing, and I really liked that they put her actual tapes in it. I feel like it just made it so much more powerful powerful hearing her story and her own voice. It was really good. If you're like me, if you're not into memoirs, I highly recommend that one because it was incredible. But now we are moving on to The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I am so excited about this. I'm also kind of nervous just because it is about a girl in New York who is basically having a hard time with the dating scene, and then she thinks she meets the perfect man. He's a doctor and just everything about him is absolutely perfect, and he may end up being this serial killer and she may be his next victim. So I feel like it's going to be a very crazy read. Not something I would typically pick up, but again, I just hear really good things about this author, and I also feel like because we're in the end of the fall cozy season, I think it'd be really fun to end it out with a fun little psychological thriller. So we are going to jump right into it. Our FMC in this is Sydney Shaw, and she is a single woman in New York. She's having terrible luck with the dating scene, and then she meets the perfect man who may end up being a serial killer. Absolutely crazy, but we are gonna hop right into it. I just finished up putting away my laundry and throwing another load in. I was so behind on laundry. I don't know if it's like this for you guys, but I hate doing laundry. I will avoid it at all costs. I have my last load in the washer and dryer now. So we're gonna go through and wipe down the counters. We're gonna clean up all of the fall decor and kind of just, you know, compile it basically. So it's super easy for me to put it away and store it tomorrow because we are going to be decorating for the holidays tomorrow, I think, and I'm so very excited about it. I made it to chapter 12, page 75. This is giving off Ted Bundy vibes meets you vibes. I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting so far from this. I'm actually really into it. I like the storyline so far, and the way it starts off, you're kind of just immediately jumping in to all the craziness. The story basically starts off with our FMC Sydney, and she's going on a first date with this guy she met on a dating app, and it just goes horrible, okay? He's not what she expected, and he's just giving off a ton of red flags, and then to end the night out, just when she thought things couldn't get worse with this guy, it gets 10 times worse and kind of creepy. But then we have someone come in and kind of save the day for her, and he's like this mystery man right now. That's basically how the story starts. And then one of her best friends, Bonnie, we learn a lot about her and a lot of crazy stuff happens. And now that we are at chapter 12, we're kind of jumping into like the murder mystery aspect of it. So I really like how the story's going so far. It's also a dual point of view between different time periods. So we're getting Sydney's point of view in present time, and then we're also getting our MMC's point of view but in past time. And I think it's really interesting kind of getting his point of view because there's just a lot of weird, eerie kind of things that are happening in his life. I'm nervous for Sydney because I feel like a lot of crazy stuff has already happened. Yeah, this is actually going a lot better than I thought. But I finished cleaning up the apartment. I wiped down everything. I basically combined all of our fall decor onto the kitchen counter, so that's all ready to get stored away tomorrow. And now we are just gonna kind of relax for the rest of the night just because, like I said, I had such a long week. I am so exhausted, so I think we're gonna do some coloring and maybe some cozy gaming and kind of just chill for the rest of the night. This is more so just supposed to be a cozy little night in together, reading some books and kind of closing out like the cozy fall season, because starting tomorrow we're getting into holiday content and Christmas content, and I'm so excited for it. But we are going to do some coloring out in the living room. Chris is playing some games, and I'm gonna keep listening to the audiobook for this. As for coloring, I'm just gonna continue on in my little cozy fall coloring book. These are the markers I use. I've actually gotten a lot of recommendations to try a different set of markers by the same brand, and I might, but for the time being I'm loving these, and they're very affordable. I think they were like $25. Overall, I've really been enjoying these so far, and this coloring book has been so much fun this fall season. I'll link these on my Amazon if you guys want to check them out. We are gonna jump back into the boyfriend, see what happens. Things are getting crazy and I'm a little nervous, but I'm also kind of excited because it's like starting to get crazy. I do also already have theories as well about what's going to happen and how things kind of happen, so we did a little bit of coloring, hung out for a little bit, and I listened to more of The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. Oh my gosh, not what I thought it was going to be. I still have a little bit to go, but I'm actually really enjoying it so far, and I'm just super surprised because I just don't read a lot of like psychological thrillers. Super into it. Lots of crazy stuff is happening with Sydney right now and Tom. We are learning a whole lot about Tom and his childhood. Really excited to see kind of what happens and how everything plays out, because I thought when I started the book, I do this with any mystery book I read, but I always come up with like my own theory, just try to figure out the whole mystery, and I feel like my theories have changed several times throughout the story already. It's definitely keeping me on my toes, which I really like. But we are going to end out our cozy little vlog. I know it was a really short one. I have one more Loops face mask that I think I'm gonna throw on tonight. We're just gonna kind of relax. I'm gonna listen to more of the audiobook and try and play my Switch while I'm doing it. I feel like I'm not the best multitasker, so I haven't actually really tried playing my Switch while listening to an audiobook. Personally, I think I will just get too distracted with what I'm doing in the game and not listen to the book, but I figured I would give it a try tonight and try and play a little bit of Zelda, because I got a new Zelda game recently and I just never like made a dent in it. So we are going to play a little bit of that tonight. That's basically it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun.